What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Power Button Podcast. I am your co-host, Darren Badmouth Beasley, and who are you?
I'm your co-host, Josh Meany, and we are in the same fucking room. Come here, so I can touch you, so I can prove it.
I didn't want you to touch my face because I don't know where your hands have been, so.
On my dick. Yeah, so we got some shit to talk about. It's been a couple weeks since we actually did a video. We're going to start off with the obvious one, talk about the Snyder Cut. So what was your initial thoughts when you saw HBO's finally doing a Snyder Cut?
I think that it's kind of silly. I don't know how extensive the Snyder Cut is. I don't know how different it is and how in-depth it is.
So I know information, especially now that it's been out for weeks. A lot of things have actually come out about it. So it is, we only saw 1/4 of what Zack Snyder shot in the theatrical version.
Okay.
So it's said to be drastically different. The original reports that $20 to $30 million for the budget. That's been confirmed. It's a lot more than that. Reports are saying it's closer to $70 million for a budget. So they're almost making a whole new movie. So it's supposed to be drastically different. It's going to be over 4 hours, and they're talking about dropping it in 6 chapters or something like that when it comes out on HBO Max. So it's supposed to be drastically different than what we saw.
But Snyder is redirecting? I don't understand.
Yeah.
So this whole thing about a Snyder Cut didn't exist.
Yeah. That's the important part to fucking remember.
It
this
didn't
thing
exist.
didn't actually exist. Yeah, he shot some stuff, but he didn't shoot an entire movie.
Right. So this whole Snyder Cut
released
is
the
not...
Snyder Cut as if it was this complete movie that just got scrapped. No. He has to go in and actually make it.
Okay, so that means he needs the actors to come back and redo.
That's what I'm guessing. Yeah, I know J.K. Simmons. He came out. He said that he has more to do in the Snyder Cut. They have things that were shot that weren't actually in the theatrical cut that we'll see, and he's also coming back to shoot some more stuff.
But you know what? It doesn't really matter if you're if all you're changing is certain scenes and things like that. Then if the movie's relatively the same, so in other words, if everything that's in the original movie is in this new version, that doesn't make the movie better.
Yeah, but it won't be.
Okay, it won't be
because Joss Whedon came in, and 3/4 of it is Joss Whedon.
So the whole end, everything about the movie is just going to be reshot.
Yeah, everything's going to be redone. Even the story.
They're going to rewrite it and everything.
Yeah, not even rewrite. They're going to use what Zack Snyder wanted.
Originally
Joss Whedon came in and did rewrites.
Why?
It's such a horrible idea for them to ever do. And then to put directed by Zack Snyder. They should have put directed by Joss Whedon.
Yeah.
It was Joss Whedon's movie.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
Yep.
I hate this whole notion. Everyone thinks we're gonna get this the holy grail of comic book movies from this. Let's not forget, Batman vs Superman wasn't the greatest movie. People are like, oh yeah, the Snyder Cut. This is gonna be it. This is what the fans deserve. Do I think it's gonna be better? Yeah, because I like Zack Snyder. I think I'm gonna like it better.
More than Joss Whedon.
Right. But it's not gonna be crazy good. But the funny thing to think about is, what if it is? What does the studio do? They've scrapped that idea going forward. They're on the new shit. It's what if everyone's like, oh, this is amazing? It's well, what now? You're putting all this money into it?
They get Zack Snyder to come and just continue.
And then they would have to scrap what they're planning on doing, now.
Well, I mean, everything's all scrapped after. It doesn't really matter
Ben
what
Affleck's
they do
out
now.
as Batman,
Exactly.
So everything's just what do you do now?
Patterson is the Batman.
All it's going to do is just teach them a lesson, basically. If it comes out and it's really good, they're gonna be like, "Wow, we really fucked that up."
Mm-hmm.
We really fucked that up. But I'm excited to see. I'm gonna. I have HBO Max. I got HBO Max. I like HBO Max a lot. People are giving it a lot of shit, but those people are people who already had HBO, which I am one of those people. People are like, "Oh, there's not that much new content." It's it's coming. But for everything they give you, everything from HBO, plus they get all Warner Brothers content. So all the Lord of the Rings are on there.
Okay.
The Dark Knight series isn't on there yet, but it's coming. But it has all the other Batman movies, all the DC movies. Doom Patrol is continuing on HBO Max.
Okay.
So they moved season 1 over there, and they're gonna do season 2 on HBO Max. Which there's high praise to that show, but I just don't feel like sitting down and checking it out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
be
watch
honest
it.
here.
Right.
But
Yeah,
I love HBO Max. I've been watching Fresh Prince.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm on season 3. I've just been running through them, but I think it's definitely worth it. But they dropped with only 4 original HBO Max things, and none of them appeal to me. I think they should have waited until they had more. Disney Plus dropped with Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And that was their big thing.
But that wasn't enough.
No, it wasn't enough. They need more, but they also
Yeah.
did the Imagineers documentary about Disney, which is actually really cool. And they had some other stuff that I wasn't interested, but everything that they announced that I was interested in still hasn't come out.
Right, exactly.
So I'm still waiting. It's like, what am I even paying for Disney
yeah,
Plus
right,
for?
right. The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And we have to wait a whole another year because they basically have to film another movie for the Justice League. Like, it doesn't come out till next year.
Yeah, right.
So
I honestly,
Like, I'll check
I
it out,
lost faith
but-
in DC. I lost faith in DC.
yeah, there's certain
I
things
could
I'm paying
care.
attention to, like Shazam 2. That's on my radar. Wonder Woman 84 comes out at the end of the year. That's on my radar.
We'll see about that.
I don't care about Aquaman 2 because I did not like Aquaman 1 like a lot of people did. I just that wasn't
Right,
I didn't
right.
like it. Other than that, though, I'm not like
The only thing I
crazy
could
about
see
what they're
myself actually going to see or curious about is the Batman with Robert Patterson. And that's not even because it's DC necessarily. It's just because it's Batman.
Because it's Batman.
And I've seen every Batman
It's funny
movie.
in my video I did. I was talking about how, like, one of the things I'm really excited to see in the Snyder cut is just more Batfleck because it's my only opportunity to see more Ben Affleck playing Batman
yeah.
that I haven't seen. And I was like, you know, I'm still excited to see Robert Pattinson, but that's not saying much because I'm really excited to see anyone play Batman. I'm excited to see a Batman movie. So
Yeah. I saw some Batman. They had like this Batman cartoon. I can't remember what it was from. The new animated movie or something like that.
the new Apocalypse one.
Was that it? Yeah,
Apocalypse,
something like
it was
that.
the Dark Justice League.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Batman
yeah.
was like a vampire or something.
Oh, what?
Yeah, he's like a vampire.
No, I'm not thinking the same thing then.
Yeah, it was weird. They had this version of Batman that was a vampire, but what was cool about it was it was animated, you know? And they had this Harley Quinn that was like this fucking serial killer. It was weird as shit. And she has like this layer, and she's psychotic, and she has like this big like
This is a cartoon you're
smile. Yeah. And she had like she was like running around with a chainsaw, and she's trying to chainsaw Batman in like this cellar, and she's got like these they look like bodies. Like these people are like, she's just got like this family. It's like a dead family, but she positioned them on the couch, and the kids like watching TV, and like their faces are all stitched up, and there's flies everywhere or whatever. And she's running around with a chainsaw, and she looks creepy. Like she's got this big, huge
I gotta Google that.
smile, and
I
her makeup's
haven't
all
heard
running
anything
down her
about this.
face, and she's like crazy. And I was like, this is dope because it's like this alternate universe shows Harley Quinn in a more believable fashion. Because like the way Harley Quinn was introduced in the Batman animated series, it was in the 90s. She was like the Joker's right-hand man. That woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was it. That was her character, the Jester.
The
That was
extent of
it.
it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Without Joker, she didn't have any like. She wasn't this mastermind, ass kicking. Like they made her into something else that didn't make sense. Like they have the TV show, they have the animated Harley Quinn show.
Heard a lot of good things.
Which
about
is
that.
a funnier, it's a funnier show. But oh yeah, and I wanted to talk about that. But like the Suicide Squad, it's like, what are you trying to make Harley Quinn exactly? Because
right, and then making
woman,
the Birds of Prey and
yeah,
having
Birds of
Harley
Prey is
Quinn
another
at
one.
the
Yeah, yeah.
forefront.
So a woman with a baseball bat.
Yeah,
like, this is
why
supposed
would we
to
want
be-
see Harley Quinn without Joker. Like,
Yeah.
I love seeing Harley Quinn, but I want
Yeah.
Joker involved.
Exactly.
In that
That's
story.
part of her story. And then not even that. Her being on her own does not make her dangerous. It doesn't. She's just a person with a bat.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Joker's like this genius mastermind. Harley Quinn
She needs
is
guidance.
just she's just a bat. And
Yeah.
but I like the way the cartoon did it, where she's on her own, but she's this weird serial killer. I like that more. It's not like she's doing these big crimes, trying to do all this shit. No,
Yeah.
she's like capturing people individually and just cutting them up. It's
I gotta
like,
check out that
oh,
cartoon.
okay.
Maybe it'll go over to HBO Max because like DC streaming service is done, so they're moving things over to different places. Like Swamp Thing's moving over to CW and whatever. But I do gotta check that out at some point.
And with the Joker, the Harley Quinn animated series, the comedy one, they had this moment. It was dope. It was Well, I didn't actually like the whole thing. It was Batman, but Batman had this like he had like an Iron Man suit. It was so corny. It was like so not Batman. You know what I'm saying? Like he like pressed this button and like the pieces flew to him and like built the suit just like Iron Man. I'm like,
That's weird.
that's the stupid shit. You're not being original with that
Yeah.
idea. But anyway, he needed to fight Bane. So he had this armored suit, kind of like Batman Beyond almost, and he was like flying around. He had like these jet boosters and stuff, and it got legit. Like it's a comedy show, but they had a legitimate action scene. And Bane takes Batman, he picks him up. They're in this construction yard, and he slams him against this big fucking like I don't even know, like the big cranes and shit, and it was like a construction pole, and his knees hit it and wrapped around it and fucking exploded. It was like dog. Batman's knees were like almost 90 degrees the other way. They fucking like two straws, like it was, and blood just shot out. His bones was there, and then Bane throws him on the ground, and I'm like, what the fuck? I couldn't believe it. But that like. It like genuinely entertained me. It wasn't even about comedy. It wasn't even it was just like they were legitimately fighting, and he got his legs snapped and like Peter Griffin hits the ground on Family Guy, and his legs are like his shit was popped apart, and I was like, holy fuck!
Like I said, I gotta check out that show in general because I've seen clips and I'm like, this looks funny. Like I would enjoy it.
Some of it's funny, some of it's just like whatever. You know what I mean?
It's so weird that they swear.
Yeah, I can't get behind all of the swearing. I can get behind some of it, but not all of it. Like I can't. The Joker being like, "Oh fuck this, fuck." It's like, come on. And Batman doesn't swear though, and they know that.
That's
you see
good.
what I'm saying? They know that.
I like that though.
Yeah,
Everyone's
they know
swearing
that.
by him.
They're not going to have
cool.
him do it because that's not.
Is it Kevin Conroy who does
Batman.
the voice?
No, it's not.
No,
he would never. He would never. You know what I'm saying? He would never.
I guess you're right. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I just it doesn't feel like Batman. It just doesn't. Like you guys aren't going to be swearing like that.
Yeah.
That's just not.
That's really the point,
mean?
I guess, of the show. It's like it's supposed to be a funny thing.
Yeah, but how funny would it be? Wouldn't it be a little bit more funnier if it was like, you know what I mean? Like it had, like it genuinely made fun of Batman in a real way without saying fuck and cunt.
Cunt. That does it for me.
I mean, yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like that's
but
what makes it
that
funny.
Pushes it to like a I don't know. It kind of
Something
pops it out of
never
Batman.
seen.
It pops it out of the. It doesn't make it feel like Batman. Like if I Poison Ivy's like, oh fuck that bitch. It's like that doesn't really feel like Batman. It would be funnier.
That's what I
maybe
like about it. It's something new.
Yeah, it is new. It is new. But maybe it'd be funnier if
wrong,
they did like a parody. I mean, even the way she's dressed is funny because she's not like how like typically Poison Ivy's got like the leaves and shit or whatever, just like basic skimpy.
Yeah.
She's got like a jacket. She's got her hair. She's dressed like a suburban white. You know what I mean? Like a Hollister wearing.
Poison Ivy in that show.
Yeah, she's just like she's got a jacket with a shirt on. She's like dressed like all casual and normal, and she talks to this plant. Like one of her plants just talks, and he's just like, yo, and you know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, I like this. But when they're just saying fuck to each other, it's like you're taking. It's like that's Poison Ivy, and it's funny she's dressed like that. But then you're making it not seem like Poison Ivy when she's saying fuck. Then I'm starting to have a hard time with it. That's just my opinion on it, though. That doesn't mean
the show certainly
doesn't
take itself very seriously.
No.
And who plays Harley Quinn? Kaylee, I can never pronounce her last name, from Big Bang Theory. Coca-Cola?
Coca-Cola? I have no idea.
But yeah, I don't know. Snyder Cut, anyway. I'll watch it when it comes out. I'm definitely going to check it out because I want to see what Zack wanted to do. I want to see Darkseid because we're going to see Darkseid. Just to see you see that picture of young Darkseid that he dropped? You remember in the beginning of Justice League, they have the flashback scene. It showed the Amazonians. Yeah, so Darkseid was supposed to show up in that scene.
Really?
As well, he's supposed to be in there, but he's much younger because it was so much, and it doesn't really look like him. Oh, did he have a ponytail? Kind of looked like he had like a ponytail thingy going on, but he's young. He's got like a shirt. He's just young. So I'm hoping that we see a more developed Darkseid closer to what we're used to seeing.
Yeah,
which I'm sure we will at some point through that. They have the voice actor for him who I guess played his voice in cartoons.
Oh,
so they got the same
Michael
guy.
Ironsides.
No, not Michael Ironside. There's a different guy. There's a different guy who's played him in cartoons. So it's not Michael Ironside. So
Michael Ironside's the guy who plays him in the cartoons.
Really? I guess there's a different cartoon that he played him in there, and they got that guy to go and do it. I don't know what he sounds like. I've never seen the cartoon.
Listen, Apocalypse,
Darkseid,
Apocalypse. Who's Apocalypse? Oh, that's the X-Men guy.
It's Marvel's Darkseid.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
They go hand in hand.
Darkseid has been voiced by Michael Ironside for the past 20 years. In fact, they used Ironside for the Harley Quinn TV show. They had Darkseid in it, and he was voicing it.
He's in the show?
Yeah, and it's him voicing it. He is the de facto voice actor for Darkseid.
I'll look it up.
Just like a Mark Hamill's the Joker.
Tony Todd. Yeah, Tony Todd is playing his voice in a Justice League movie.
Whatever. So
Yeah.
They need to get Michael Ironside.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
That's like.
I've never seen any of those cartoons with him actually in it.
But have you seen any of the animated movies?
No, and I heard DC has the best animated.
You haven't seen
haven't
any
seen
of the
any of them.
animated movies.
No,
You've
I haven't
seen
seen
Darkseid
yet.
and Justice League though, the cartoon.
That
Justice
was on.
League
It was on
cartoon?
Netflix, right?
Yeah, the old
Yeah, I did check
Justice
that
League
out. I
Unlimited,
did check
Justice
that
League, back in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah, Darkseid, Michael Ironside.
I don't remember. I don't remember Darkseid in that. No.
God damn it, Josh!
I'll look it up.
When did
I'll
you
look- I'll
see
get on my
Darkseid?
shit.
When did you ever see him? If you didn't see him in
Justice.
Justice League and you didn't see him,
Injustice, basically.
and it wasn't Michael Ironside,
Was it Michael Ironside who did the voice in that? Because then I can register that if he did the voice
Look
in
that shit
Injustice. Look that shit up. Because if he did, then I got that.
I don't think it was, but see if it was.
Might have been.
Because I would have really, I feel like I would have picked up on it, but
It wasn't
I
some
didn't
guy
think
named
so.
Michael Woolley.
I didn't think so.
Yeah.
So you haven't when so the only time
I
you've
don't.
seen
When
him.
I hear Darkseid, I don't think a specific voice.
So you didn't see him. When did you ever see Darkseid other than Injustice? When have you
I've
seen him?
seen clips on YouTube from the cartoons, but I don't remember the voice. And
Okay.
I've never watched like full out episodes with him. I'm not
Wow.
that familiar with Darkseid. I
Okay.
know what he's about because he's pretty much about what Apocalypse is about. Oh, not Apocalypse. I'm sorry. Fucking.
we both.
He is we got it messed up because they're so close.
Yeah, I
You
know,
know?
I know.
Like,
They
I
look
get it.
kinda the same.
I've looked it up. I've seen scenes on YouTube. Like
Okay.
I know it'll be cool to see him in live action, but I'm not that familiar with his role.
Yeah,
in, like,
Michael
the cartoons. I've
Ironside
never
has
actually
been
seen that.
the de facto voice actor, just
Really?
like Mark Hamill's a Joker.
Who's
he's
Tony?
been it.
Tony Todd's done other. That name's so familiar.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I feel like he's done
You know-
voice
you know,
acting for a whole bunch of
Michael,
other people.
Michael Ironside is Sam Fisher. Sam Fisher.
That's dope.
Yeah. I was listening to Darkseid. I'm like, yo, I know who that is. And it's so contradicting. You have one guy, Sam Fisher, who's the Splinter Cell with the American government.
Mhm.
And then you have this being who's just evil,
Darkseid.
tyrant. He's killing everyone.
Darkseid.
Yeah, Darkseid, according to IGN, or not IGN, but
Also,
Watch Mojo or whatever.
In the Snyder cut, there's supposed to be a reveal of Martian Manhunter, who is actually. You remember the Black General in Man of Steel? He's been in so many other things.
Mm-hmm.
He's Martian Manhunter in disguise, and we were supposed to see that reveal in Justice League, but we didn't. So we're probably going to see it in this new Snyder cut. Yeah,
Oh,
that's supposed
okay.
to be revealed, which I thought was cool. I'm like, because that explained, he was standing in front of Superman, like, not scared, just talking to them, like, whatever, and it's like, that's why. He's Martian.
But you
And
know what,
wanna
though?
I want to see, because we're not going to see Martian Manhunter probably for a while. You know, so I just want to, I hope, probably won't, though. I feel like we won't. But, like, the CGI'd Martian Manhunter, what they were going for a live action Martian Manhunter in the movie. Because I've seen what they did in the shows. He looks ridiculous. You ever see the live action Martian Manhunter from the CW shows?
No.
Yeah,
Live
don't-
action?
Don't. Yes. Don't look at it.
I don't want to.
Don't look at it. No, but I want to see what, because the movies are always different. They look cooler,
yeah.
you know. So I want to see what Zach's vision for that was. I don't know if we'll see that, but I want to see fully fleshed out. This is just like, it's just a one-off. It's just a win. You know, I'm gonna watch it, and people who hate what we got, you know, and they end up liking this, that's a win. People who like what we got, see this, don't like it, you don't have to watch it. Still a theatrical version out. You know, it's just a win. Like.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that much. They're not going forward with this, so it's like, and
Yeah.
I wanted to see Zack Snyder's Justice League. You know, like
Yeah.
I like Batman vs Superman, but I understand. I know
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
wrong with it. Ultimate Edition came out. I like it a lot. I still see problems with it, but I like Zack Snyder. I like him as a director and things that he does, the way he shoots action scenes. I
Yeah.
wanted to see his vision for a Justice League movie.
Uh-huh.
Now I get to, and I already have HBO Max, so it's all
Right,
good.
it's
And I'm gonna
fine
check it
for
out.
you then,
and
yeah.
4 hours? Like, do I want to sit and watch a 4-hour Justice League movie in theater? Fuck no. But if you put it on like HBO Max in episodes, like whatever, streaming,
Yeah.
give me more content. That's where it thrives for more content.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we think about Snyder Cut. This one's interesting, dog. So they're making an upgrade series.
I
right?
heard about that. Yep.
And Lee Winnell. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but he's the head of it. He's putting it together.
Yeah.
And
But
basically,
Logan,
it's going to take place 2 years after Upgrade.
I read it, but yeah.
So you read all
Yep,
about it?
Yep. But Logan's not going to be in it. Logan Marshall.
No, because he.
What was his name
I don't wanna
again?
spoil
Logan.
the movie, but Logan Marshall Green.
Logan Marshall Green. That's
No,
the
it's
one
not.
part.
It's going to take place in that world. But this is one of those directors. Lee Winnell, I like we were just talking about Invisible Man. You didn't really like it that much. I really liked it.
Mhm.
I like Upgrade, so he's one of those directors that I'm like
Oh,
following. So
yeah,
the fact that he's the head and he's putting it together, like I'm gonna check it out. I want to see more of that world and what happens with STEM after the movie. I don't want to spoil Upgrade, but if you guys haven't seen Upgrade, watch Upgrade.
Yeah.
Very well directed, written. The movie in general. If you like science fiction films,
You're going to like Upgrade.
chances are you'll
If
like
you
Upgrade.
like Cyberpunk 2077, the trailers you've seen for it, and just that whole idea of like, what's that other one? Blade Runner? You
Yeah,
like
yep.
Blade Runner 2049?
It's a good
You're going to
comparison.
like Upgrade. It's that
Yeah.
type of like
So
cyberpunk
to
type.
continue in that world and doing it in a series now, I don't know where the series is going, but I want it to go to HBO.
I hope
That's
so.
where I
If
hope
it goes to CW,
HBO?
I'm
No. We're fucked.
yeah.
We're fucked. But HBO, maybe Amazon. Amazon puts out some good stuff, or even Netflix. But I am worried about where it's gonna go.
Yeah.
No confirmation on that, but I really would like to see it on HBO.
I think he's an amazing director.
He's very good at directing.
And I think he directed The Invisible Man incredibly well. I mean, just some of the shots he had where he would like pan over to something and you don't know if the guy's sitting there or
my
not.
favorite shots in the movie, or like people would leave the room, but the
And
camera
it would
stayed,
stay. Yeah.
and then it would leave the room, and I'm like,
Was that him
yeah,
leaving
that
the
shit
room?
gets me.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
shit gets me. He was very well directed.
Yeah.
For what he had in the script, I like
And
that.
so
I
the
liked
reason
it.
why I didn't like The Invisible Man, there was a couple of reasons. I know we already talked about it,
Yeah,
but one of them was me personally. I'm not even saying the movie's bad for this. This is my biased opinion. Is excuse me. I am not afraid of a human being in a horror movie. That does not scare me. You have to present some existential threat. You have to present some being that's following me or chasing me that cannot be subjected to basic human dangers. I have to not know how to trap you
Yeah, there's
or do
definitely-
things to
There's
you.
definitely a difference between scary and startling. Because when we were talking about, I'm like, yeah, that scene with the paint,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
that scared me. But it didn't scare me. Like, scary, if we really get down to it, scary to me is Silent Hill. Stuff like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
scares me.
Yeah.
But, like, it was startling, you know?
Right,
throw it to
sure,
paint.
startling, but
I was like,
startling doesn't get me anywhere. That doesn't you could startle me. They could pop up an albino bunny on the screen, and I would be startled. You play some music, and I'm like, oh shit, I didn't see that coming. You know what I'm saying? It's like you need to make it scary, but that's fine because there are people out there who legitimately are scared of. They
Things
don't
like
like
that.
the idea because, and there actually is like a compelling argument to be made. It's like, look. If you're going to be scared about anything during a horror movie, why not be scared about something real? You know what's real? A person hunting you down, trying to kill you in real life. Because people die by other people in real life. Happens all the time. So I get like, oh yeah, Michael Myers. Like he breaks in with a knife and that's real shit.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
someone could do that to you. You know what I mean? So people get scared. And I get that. I'm saying in a movie, a horror movie, I am not scared of a person. I'm not.
And that right
Never.
there deads it.
Yeah.
It
done,
really does.
Done.
Yeah, I get
a
that. I
man
understand.
in an invisible suit is so corny to me. That's not scary to me. So when
What I liked about that was that I wasn't expecting that it ended up being a suit. Like the whole movie and the way it went about completely threw me for a loop for what I thought I was going to get. So the enjoyment just was impacted by that.
for me, that's number one, and that's not a shot at the movie. That's not me saying the movie's terrible because it's an invisible man. It's called The Invisible Man.
The story they went
You
with
see
just
what I'm
doesn't work
saying?
for you.
It doesn't work for me. I'm not recommending nobody
And
watch
now
this
if
movie.
this director directed a story that worked for you, it probably would
Like
be in
Upgrade.
Yeah. Because this director again,
He's
who directed
amazing.
Upgrade,
He's
directed
amazing.
Invisible Man.
He's amazing.
So good.
And so the second reason I didn't like it is, and this is actually a critique of the movie. This isn't just my bias, way out there opinion. And I know I said this earlier, but the movie isn't smart. It's not. It's not
Not like
smart.
Upgrade, no.
Not even close to Upgrade. I never once, when I'm watching Upgrade, I never once question why
And there's not
people
much you have
do
to
what
think
they
about
do.
either.
There's not much you have
Yeah.
to think about, but you know what I mean? Like, everyone's motives and the way they go about their business makes sense. Even, and we're spoiling this movie. I don't give if you haven't seen
I'll throw up a
Invisible Man.
spoiler alert.
Yeah,
Just
we're
skip
gonna
past
get
spoiler
we won't go crazy, but there's some things that I mean, come on.
in order to talk about it. Yeah.
The scene where she's like, "Oh, you sent me this email that was like, I don't want to see you, blah blah blah," and she's talking to her friend. Dog, honestly, how do you think that would go in reality? If I sent
get
you
that.
an email that was like, and then I knocked on your door and I'm like, I need help,
That
and you're gonna be
aggravated me
like,
too. Yeah, it's like, why don't you guys actually have a conversation about it? You just
Yeah.
that's it right there.
like you sent me
don't
that email.
If you're that close, you would have to think like, all right, maybe this isn't
Exactly.
maybe-
And then, dog,
yeah.
me saying to you, what email? What email? I didn't send you anything.
Yeah, right off the bat, I'd be like, oh,
And you'd be like, what do you
you
mean?
must have got hacked.
Yeah, like, and then you show me the email. I'm like, dog, I promise you I didn't write this. I need your help.
Yeah.
Like, something's going on. For you to be like, nah, get the fuck out of
Done.
Come
Shut
on,
the door.
bro.
Yeah, that
Like,
was
that's
yeah.
so not
It's
real.
Definitely stretch of the
Yeah,
imagination.
and then just
I mean,
like-
within the world, because yes, we are talking about an Invisible Man movie.
Yeah, but
then you also build. There has to be a believableness in that world. That
with
you build.
anything, absolutely.
Yeah.
Listen, if an invisible man, how is he invisible? Okay, he's got a suit.
Okay, got it.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
check.
Got it. Makes sense. He's got it. He's a scientist.
Yep.
Then everything makes sense.
He
He's not
is
some
smart.
kid.
Yeah,
that-
he's not some random
Yeah,
guy.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, so we got it. But then it's like the way we interact with other human beings and people
Yep.
that we know of, just in reality, in other
Uh-huh.
movies we see. If it's not the same in that movie, it comes off as weird. And so that was number one. And then the other thing was just him just getting from location to location.
I called that out. Yeah. When the movie was done and we got in the car and we were talking about it, that's one of the things I called out. I'm like, but how did he get around? You know, like he would be at one place. We know he was there. Like when she went back to the house.
His house?
Yes.
Yes.
How the hell did he get there so goddamn quick? How the hell? Like, I
And
just-
then
I don't
it's
understand.
like when she's pulling the blankets and he stands on them. What in your mind, like, why aren't you just full blown attack? Full
Well, I get-
blown
I
attack.
get the fight or flight type thing. You're just in that stunned moment where you're like, what the fuck is
but
going
no,
on?
but-
And you're sitting there.
but like think about it though. Like I want you to really think about the context of this movie.
if I woke up and somebody.
No,
in
not
the
even that.
footprints.
Not even that. Not even because you think it's a ghost, fight or flight. Because you think it's a ghost.
Yeah.
But think about this in the context of the movie. She dates this like Elon Musk type of scientist.
Tony Stark, like.
And she's seen, remember when she was leaving in the beginning? She looks over and sees the room with the suits
with
in.
the shit,
with the and it's looking and it's like there's nothing there. And she's like, oh, optics. He's like super into optics and he's making himself invisible and stuff. It's like she is fully aware, and that's why she comes to the conclusion that
I
his
agree.
ability
There's-
to yeah.
and there's a lot of
So,
that.
yeah,
There's a lot
so-
of that where it's like, why? Well, if you just think about it for 2 seconds with the knowledge that you have,
Yeah.
you should be able to figure out, like she should have figured out that it was him a lot sooner.
Well, I
For
think
sure.
I think she was getting to him a lot sooner. I think she was understanding
Mm-hmm.
that sooner than she says it. I think she's thinking that even before the audience knows that she is. Just by the way, I mean, why? Who else?
Thinking about it,
What else is
yeah.
she gonna think it is? You know what I mean? I'm just saying when she's pulling that and he steps on it, it's like, what are you gonna do? That's obviously a person there. It's a person invisible. It's probably the guy because he's a massive scientist, and there he is invisible. What do you think? All of a sudden, it's this ghost. It's probably a dude. So what is your next step? To tell everyone there's this invisible man hunting you? How do you think that's going to go? Like, why don't you just run forward and tackle him? He's still
Or
physically
run away
there.
at least, because I get why probably she wouldn't attack. Because I get that like confliction in your head, like you see that and you're like, is that
But
like?
Josh,
Because we're talking about what's possible and what's not.
Yeah. But
and what
check
she
it out.
believes is possible.
Yeah, but check it out. If you tackle it and you hang on, you're in the house with a cop and his daughter's in the room. And you're holding on to this invisible, they're going to turn the lights on and you're going to be holding on to him like there's someone here. Like, I'm not
but
believing.
I feel like she gets to that point eventually where she's like,
she does.
but because wasn't that the first real like, all right, like I get why she'd sit there for a moment and be like, I don't know what the fuck to do right now. Like this is beyond what I think is possible. Like I wouldn't even me. I wouldn't think to, I'm just going to get up, I'm going to hold it. I'd just be in such doubt in my mind, like, this isn't possible. But then she does get there in the movie. Eventually,
does.
where she's like,
She
okay,
does.
this is happening. I'm 100% sure, and I'm gonna try to fuck him up, basically.
Yeah, and then
So,
that
but
is
so
another
the
thing that
first
makes
scene, that
sense.
doesn't. If she was like that the whole movie, then I'd be like, all right, what the fuck? But the first interaction like that, I get it's more. She's scared.
I think if it could have been shot in a way where he does something not so direct, like when he pulls the blankets off, not so direct. When he
or
puts
the
the
fire,
thing up,
or the fire in the kitchen. That was
the
one
fire
of
in
the
the
first
kitchen,
ones,
yeah,
right?
not so direct. Things like that, it's not so direct. So where you think you're paranoid and you're thinking, I don't know. It is very direct to stay. She sees his footprints.
But I believe her doubt,
and then
that's
even
the
the-
difference. So
and even
you
the
don't believe
seat-
the
No,
doubt,
I
but
don't.
I get the doubt. Like,
And then the
she's
seat.
like,
She looks over at the seat. It looks like someone's sitting on the seat. It's like, yeah, you're gonna be doubtful, but like the
well,
seat.
but by that scene, she's like
She
that
should
is
be-
him sitting in that seat.
yeah.
She should have did
So,
something.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
And then I also get the people around her not believing her. Of course, they won't fucking.
But the
believe her.
other thing that didn't make any sense was that when he punches the black girl, and she just immediately
the
blames
daughter.
her.
Yeah, see, and what I thought about
What?
that, I'm like, you really, like, you saw what happened.
You're looking at
you
her.
really believe that she's the one who knocked you on the ground? Like, I get the dad believing that because
Yeah,
he walked
he
in
knows,
towards
he
the end
know.
or whatever. But the daughter believing that, yeah.
That doesn't make sense,
either.
dog. That
There's
doesn't
definitely
make any
things that-
sense.
Yeah, definitely things in that
And
movie
then
that were like,
and then another thing too is like, dog. It's he. Okay, I guess he's like super powerful in the suit somehow.
that's another.
And
con
then
of
number
that
two
movie.
is he.
He's very strong.
Like, you know, the suit is made of cameras. Now they didn't explain it. They didn't explain the science.
And I wish they did.
I know.
Because I feel like this director could have
could have got into
it a
Yeah.
little more. But
Okay, so there's a bunch of cameras all over the suit,
Mhm.
right? Even the bottoms of his feet.
yeah,
Meaning, if you look underneath him, he's still invisible on the bottom of his feet.
right.
So I do not understand why he's able to navigate in complete and utter silence.
Yeah.
That makes no sense. He's in this robot
He
suit.
should be making some sort of noise.
Yeah, he's just climbing up the ladder. He's just creeping around the dog. No. And then what does she put in the? She puts the coffee beans on the ground, and I'm like, at first I'm like, that's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
You'll know where he is. And then I'm thinking, what does that matter? What does that even matter? So you put the things on the ground. She's sitting there in the room, like, oh, I know you're here. If this shit went boom, 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 and you started coming to you, what are you gonna do? What does it matter? No gun? No gun. What world is this, dog? This shit made no sense. If a man's hunting you down and you believe it's an invisible man, you don't have an. Oh, well, she did get a knife. She got the knife from
Eventually,
upstairs, or
yeah.
whatever. But the gun? The gun's the number one thing. There's a police officer at his house with his daughter. There's no
But
gun.
now I feel like we're arguing what should she do? But I feel like in her position, she doesn't know what to do.
Kill him.
But you're just ready to kill another human being, just like
No, but if it's a guy hunting me down trying to kill me, then yeah. Doug, if there was an invisible man trying to kill you,
that. All right,
you're not going to kill. Well, I don't get it.
self-defense, but to
Yeah.
jump right to killing, she got to that point eventually.
Well, Doug,
though.
she got to that point where she went in the attic and grabbed the knife. That's pretty early in the movie. It's pretty early in the
It's
movie.
about the middle of the movie.
Yeah. She hasn't had any interaction with him until that attic thing.
Mhm.
So as soon as she knows for a fact it's him, she goes immediately to trying to kill him.
Mhm.
So I don't understand why he can't get a gun. And she does get a gun eventually.
Eventually,
But you see what I'm saying?
she does get to that point. Yeah.
Like, that's immediate. Anybody, and that's when I say this movie's not smart. It's
It's
very
not.
lackluster.
It's not. No.
Just people just do dumb shit, and I'm not believing any of it. So that's the reason why I didn't like the movie. First of all, I'm not scared of just this invisible guy, but that's my biased opinion. And the other one is the movie's just not smart.
Because obviously I liked the movie. I liked it a
Yeah.
lot. I'm happy you at least respect the way it was directed and shot.
Yeah.
Like, I'm happy you see that because that's at the forefront of why I love
That's
this
paramount to the
movie.
film.
Like, that kept
Yeah.
me through the whole movie. I'm like, this movie's so well directed and shot.
Even
the
the
camera
the
angles,
waves,
the cinematography is...
the waves when they hit and they'd splash up and it would come up with the words and then he'd do it again in the
Mhm, that
very
was
beginning.
cool.
That, like, as soon as I was watching that, I'm like, this is unique. This is original.
Mhm.
This is definitely that guy who's really thinking of
Yeah,
shit.
this
you know what I
man
mean?
needs more work. He needs more
Yeah.
work to do more things. But I liked Invisible Man. I gotta buy it because I want to watch it again. I really do. But her acting, that's another thing that kept me through. That I don't know the actress's name, but her acting through it, I was like, she's dope. Like, I want to see her in more stuff for sure. Like, I believed it. I was on board. And once she starts to crack and her mental state starts, like, declining, it's like, I believe it. She was so good in that.
I thought she was pretty good.
She was so good. I mean, the acting in it was good, but hers was just, for me, top notch. Like, I want to see her in
I like the
stuff.
black
Never
guys.
seen her before.
The way he plays that character.
The officer.
Yeah. I like the way he...
And
I
I
liked
was
his
very,
acting.
I don't know about you, but I very much believed his... Like, when he finally believed it. Like, I believed his whole road. I'm like, yeah, no shit, you're not going to believe her. Like,
and
she's full of shit
that was
at
like
this
the
point.
light and the dark. His character was logically consistent throughout the entire thing. There was never anything he did where I was like, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Everything he said.
When he kicked her out, when he's like, all right,
everything
this is
he
done.
did was like, I would like, I'd do
that
the
actor
same
was
thing.
actually very good too, yeah.
But I don't know. I don't understand how they got a character that good. And then every other character, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's just her and him, those two characters, but the rest were...
Which just...
Especially the friend. I 100% agree with that. Like, it's like, you clearly aren't that close of friends.
No.
Clearly.
No.
If you just believe that right
Aren't they
off the bat.
sisters or
She
something?
Was it her sister?
I think it was.
It might have been.
Yeah, it was her sister. Come on, dog. Like, what?
Yeah.
That's so stupid.
You're
like,
right. Comes to your house in tears, too.
Yeah,
She's clearly frantic about it, but... Whatever. What was the topic? Oh, yeah, the Upgrade series.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, I do want to see that when it comes out. See what they do. Takes place, like, 2 years after the movie.
Yep.
We're still talking spoilers, so obviously Stem won at the end of that fucking movie, so we're seeing how that goes.
But he's not with Logan anymore.
No, and there's going to be a new host.
A new host.
So, yeah, we'll see. Get a nice actor for that. Depends where it goes, too, but it could be really cool.
I am glad he's not touching Upgrade. I'm glad he's not touching it. He's not doing, like, Logan's not in the net. Trust me, I love the actor. I wish he was. I hope he does. I think he's fire. I think that guy is so underrated. It's ridiculous.
He is.
Logan Marshall Green
I didn't
guy.
think that until Upgrade. I've seen him in other things, and I thought he was really good, but after Upgrade, it was the final,
I saw Devil.
Like, right.
I saw him in Devil. That was
was
the
really
first
good in
time I ever
Devil.
seen him, and I was like,
looks so much like Tom
is-
Hardy.
yeah, he kind of does. And I remember seeing him in Devil, like, he is fire.
Mm-hmm.
Like, fire. Like, John Bernthal, like, this dude's fire. And then
Was really
Upgrade
good.
was just...
Also,
he
in
was icing
Spider-Man
on the cake.
Homecoming, he had a little part in
Yeah,
that
that's
as one
right,
of the
yep.
shockers.
Yep. But Upgrade was just, when he would get up and the way he would act, he acted like STEM was in his brain. Dog, it's
Yeah, that was on point. That's definitely
crazy. That's crazy.
And I'm sure
to
he's
me.
been in so many more movies that I haven't even seen. That
Yeah,
are
right.
Probably amazing roles like that he does.
Yep.
I haven't seen him yet. I've only seen him in 3 things.
Yeah.
That's Devil, Spider-Man, and Upgrade. It's only 3 things I've ever seen him in.
Yep.
But I got to check him out more. I got to see what else he's doing.
He's a little bit older. It sucks.
Ah, whatever.
I know. I just wish
'Cause
he.
sometimes you hit your, director Krennic.
Yeah, Krennic.
He's in Dark Knight.
Yes.
I didn't-
Dark Knight Rises.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I saw a clip of it. Blew my mind.
That's the first time
Gary.
I'd ever seen him. Yeah.
I didn't recognize when I saw Rogue One. I didn't think, oh yeah, he's in. No idea, Doug. So when I found out he was in that, I was like, because that happens to me. Like I'll see like this actor, and I'm like, oh yeah, this person's awesome, and then I'll watch like an older movie and be like, I didn't know this motherfucker was in this movie.
Yeah, sometimes that happens to me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what happened with Krennic. Speaking of Krennic, I read there's this book called Catalyst. So I read it. I got Audible.
Yeah.
Audiobooks, and I listened to Catalyst, and it's basically a prequel to Rogue One,
Okay.
and it goes into the relationship of her dad, Galen Erso, and director Krennic. They were like friends.
Oh yeah, yeah,
and
right.
it really dives deep, Doug. It's a great book. Like if you ever have a chance, like whether it's Audible or read it, such a good book. You definitely got to check that book out. I started listening to not Master and Apprentice. Sith Lords, and on the cover it's fucking Darth Vader and Sidious. So I'm thinking, oh, I gotta see this. Takes place after episode 3. Like I gotta know what goes on. But the story, it's like I'm following this other new character that I don't care about, and then every once in a while we cut back to Darth Vader and what he's doing. I got not even halfway through it. I'm like, I don't even want to listen to this anymore.
These are books.
Yeah, books.
Okay.
Yeah. So right now, what I'm listening to is Master and Apprentice, which is actually it's a prequel to Phantom Menace, and it's about Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi. in a little bit
Oh.
earlier years. And so
That
far,
was an
so far it's
interesting-
really cool. So far, it's
Obi-Wan
really cool.
Kenobi and how Qui-Gon Jinn was looking at him when he was training and everything. Yeah, I remember that.
So far it's really cool. I really like it. When I first started, like when I went to Catalyst, my mindset. This was before I saw. It was months ago. Can't believe I haven't even told you, but it was before I saw Rise of Skywalker.
Okay.
And when I was going through it, I'm like, I only want to read the books that are canon.
Okay, yeah. Why?
Because it just felt more right, because everything else is now legends. So I was trying to follow the story of what Star Wars is going through now. I'm like,
Okay.
I only want to read the canon stuff that's considered canon that I'll see in the shows and the movies. But then after Rise of Skywalker, then it hit the point where I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna watch those sequel movies. Mean nothing to me now.
Right.
So now
right.
I don't care. So now I'm gonna get into more legends stuff.
That's the better stuff.
Yeah, I want to. The next one after Master Apprentice, I'm going to do the Darth Plagueis
Oh,
book
yeah.
about him and Sidious, young Sidious, and how that all went down.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I'm going to put
Those
the
old
book.
stories
That's
are
where I'm
good.
getting. That's where I'm getting my stuff right now. Because no matter how much they messed up those sequels, Star Wars is like life.
And
To get more of these stories, canon legends doesn't even matter to me now. If you give me a compelling story, I'm gonna eat it up.
Yeah,
So
totally
now
down
I'm
for
getting
it.
into the books.
And the Clone
There's
Wars
some good
dog.
stuff.
Clone Wars. There's a lot that happened during the Clone Wars. And Count Dooku, before he left the Jedi Council, and he was best friends with Qui-Gon Jinn. They were tight.
Yep.
And the whole relationship between him and Qui-Gon. And then, it was Dooku's planet was under attack, so he went to go, help them out, and Yoda, he was talking to Yoda, and he's like, listen, I'm staying on this planet. It's my home planet. I'm protecting my family, my colony. I understand I'm part of the Jedi Council, but I can't be there, and if that excludes me from being a Jedi, then so be it. I'm going to send you guys my lightsaber. And Yoda's like, no, keep it. You'll need it. Don't worry about it. I won't tell the Council. You just go off and do your thing. And I'm like, that story right there gives me so much insight on Dooku. So much insight. He didn't like how Qui-Gon got killed. He despised that. Because Qui-Gon was his boy. And Qui-Gon goes with Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan was this... Obi-Wan was when younger Obi-Wan, he wasn't Qui-Gon, they weren't this compatible match. It wasn't just like a match made in heaven or anything like that. It was like Obi-Wan was like this. He wasn't the best in his class, he was kind of a little shittier. And just so you got this Obi-Wan guy, so be it, whatever.
Yeah, so far in Master Apprentice, I'm seeing that even Qui-Gon's a little doubtful. He's like, well, what? There was a scene where I say scene because I see a scene in my head, but where they're just on this mission and Qui-Gon's just doing his thing, going through, deflecting, but Obi-Wan's getting tired and he's thinking to himself, my apprentice is already winded. We just got to the next. He has doubt about his own apprentice.
Yeah. And
really
Dooku and
cool to
Qui-Gon
know.
were boys. So
Right.
so Obi-Wan goes with Qui-Gon to this place, and Darth Maul kills Qui-Gon, and then Obi-Wan lives. And Dooku's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And the Council, we don't know what's going on. The Sith are out there. He's like, that's not a good enough answer. So he really wanted to leave and everything. And so the whole story about that, and then Sidious starts talking to him. It's funny because he's Palpatine. He knows about the Jedi Council. He sees Dooku's gone, so he's like, I wonder where he went. And he sees if he can persuade him to the dark side, which he does. And then that leads to the Clone Wars because Sifo-Dyas was his boy too.
Yeah.
And he's he was talking to the Council, and he's like, yeah, we need to prepare for the Sith. Because the Sith are going to come back. It's Phantom Menace, it's going to be a thing. And he was like, we should have an army of clones. We should do something like an army, get ready. And the Council were like, you're crazy. We don't need millions of new soldiers for this Sith return. That's ridiculous. So he went to Kamino by himself. He didn't even let them know. And he placed the order in for the...
Yeah, he put it in motion.
Oh,
yeah.
my God.
That goes to show... Star Wars is so great that it takes more than some 3 shitty sequels to destroy Star Wars. There's so many fucking stories.
To be fair, you can't destroy anything. It's not just Star Wars.
It's so set in stone.
Anything. It's like the first Iron Man movie. It's like you could mess up Endgame. You could destroy everything, but if you gave us a gem,
you created such a world too.
Yeah, behind
where
it.
not like this Marvel movie, but this Marvel movie could be fantastic.
Exactly. Like you gave us Coruscant.
Mm-hmm.
It had these levels to it. And then
Yeah.
that game that got canceled, 1313, where they go down as a bounty hunter, and he goes down to like the depths of Coruscant. He like goes down to deeper levels. Totally different. Like we only see Coruscant from the high rises in the cities until Anakin jumps off and he's flying down, and they get down to the fire, and you see how Coruscant starts to change up.
Yeah.
They go to a club. Hey, you want to buy some death sticks? You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a totally different
Definitely
city.
Gotta get more of that.
You could
too.
have a whole
like,
show of
that
Coruscant.
show that they were gonna do that ended up.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they need to do something like that.
Yep.
Because there's so much you could. There's so much in that world that you can do. So many compelling stories, and then even stories that even make the movies better. Like Catalyst.
Yeah.
I watched Rogue One after, and I'm like, I can't believe this, but it just made Rogue One even better, and I already love Rogue One. But seeing the Jyn Erso, I'm not Jyn. Galen Erso and Krennic communicating. Now there's so much background to that.
Yep.
They were friends. They were close. They would have done anything for each other. And you see where the fallout happened, and like even adds more backstory to his wife. Like now when I see her in the movie, you only see her in the spoiler alert. You only see her in the beginning. She gets shot and killed.
Yeah.
Now when I see that, I'm like, God damn, like I feel for Galen.
Right.
Add so much more to that, but that is definitely a book you got to check out. That book was so good, so good. I'm getting it. I listen to him at work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I'm just kind of doing my own thing, and I'm like, I want to do more than listen to podcasts. I'm like, and I've just been craving more Star Wars. You know, waiting on Mandalorian season 2. I just want more. Speaking of Mandalorian season 2, the documentary. Remember, I was complaining. Like the first 2 episodes, it's like I want to see a Mandalorian documentary, not a documentary of a bunch of Star Wars creators talking about how much they love Star Wars.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Well, now it got into the creation.
Oh, okay.
Man, is it interesting. They build these screens, dog. Like not green screen, actual screens that they project the picture onto. So instead of having a green screen around, they have an actual screen that's projecting the environment, and as you move the camera, the projection on the screen changes.
Oh, the
and
location
that's what they were
of where
using,
it would be.
and that's what they were
okay.
using, and it's something that George Lucas was trying to create as soon as he was doing Phantom Menace. He's like, I want to be able to do something like this, but the technology wasn't there yet. Now the technology's there, and it showed him on the set of Mandalorian, which is cool to see. You know, I mean, Kathleen Kennedy was standing next to him, and I bet he didn't like that very much. But just to see him there and see his creation, like George Lucas is borderline genius.
Right,
you know what I
right,
mean?
right,
So to
right.
see his thoughts and him actually see it and be like, this is crazy. That's what I'm saying. The people who are putting together Disney Plus right now, seeing the round table of directors and Jon Favreau and these Dave Filoni. Did you watch that Dave Filoni video I sent you?
Which one?
He's talking about the Phantom Menace, and he talks about it in such passion and such understanding for the world that him and George Lucas are friends. You know what I mean? And such compassion, and just seeing that, and what just got to me, they're all sitting at the table, right? And all these directors are so into Dave Filoni and what he's saying.
Yeah.
Cuts to Kathleen Kennedy, and I just see it in her face. She's just a businesswoman. You know what I mean? She doesn't have that passion.
She doesn't give a shit about
Star
Star
Wars. She barely
Wars.
put any input in on anything. Only time I remember her putting input in is when she was talking about the expenses of what George wanted to do. Like, just a businesswoman. But then you have all these directors that Jon Favreau brought in. They're so passionate about it.
Yeah.
They love what they're doing, and like, just seeing
Kathleen
that,
Kennedy just cares about the political agenda, how much money they can make.
They just need to, and after
Good
seeing,
luck.
like, we're on like episode 6 of the documentary, and Jon Favreau's in every one and talking, seeing him, I'm like, have him do it.
Yeah,
He has that passion. He knows like what he wants to do. He has Dave Filoni by his side helping come up with the stories, who does the stories for Clone Wars and Rebels. Like, you got the team. You just got this sour apple that you need to get rid of for
apple.
for Star Wars to just advance. You know, we could get such great stuff if you just put the right people behind it. It's not Disney. It's Kathleen Kennedy. That's my opinion about it. People are like, "Oh, Disney ruined it." It's like, no, because Mandalorian season 1 that felt like Star Wars. You know what I mean? Like Disney can't. Rogue One. Disney put Rogue One out.
Yeah.
You know, it's
was
just
it Kathleen Kennedy? She wasn't behind Rogue One.
You know, she was, but I don't know. See, how did that get through? How did she let that happen?
Was it a female director?
No, it was actually the director of Godzilla, the first one.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't who I can't. No, I'm not gonna say he's not a good director. That's harsh. But I didn't like Godzilla. I thought that was a really bad movie, quite frankly. But just get the right people behind it. We can get such good content. So it's like,
Yeah,
you
get
just gotta
Kathleen
pick and
out of
choose
there.
whatever Star Wars content comes out from now on. Just pick and choose. You know, we're gonna get some bullshit, but there's gonna be some gems coming out that we'll see.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I mean, listen,
I hope Kathleen Kennedy
I'm
doesn't
old
fuck
now.
up Mandalorian, because I'll be so mad. Because Mandalorian feels like Star Wars.
Yeah,
It really does.
It looks like Star Wars. I've seen some episodes of it.
Yep.
I'm old though. I'm old.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter as much. I already got it. It's like I got it. I get it.
Yeah.
You get more, better content. Maybe. Hopefully. Maybe not.
Fucking hope so. We're mad far in.
How long are
Almost
we?
an hour.
Oh.
Yeah. That's all we got today on the Power Play Podcast, episode 26. Hopefully be back to getting them out every week. We're trying that.
Yeah,
We
new
only got for
lab,
2
boy.
weeks. We put out some really shitty quality episodes.
Yeah.
Through the
Some
goddamn
COVID
Zoom.
episodes,
Yeah.
you know?
Sure to like, sure to subscribe. Go check out the J Media review. Link will be at
Absolutely.
the end of the video. And until next time, guys.
Peace out, motherfuckers.